Okay, well, let's start our today's class. We're going to start today on Unit 25. Unit 25, that would
Mhm.
be page number 154. So it's Unit 25. Do you have your book with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's start with, very quick with some speaking parts here in this lesson. And I want for you to answer this question related. Well, the first one is definitely related to these pictures that we see here. So it says here, in what way are all the photos linked to the theme of intelligence? One by one. Can you describe those pictures? Uh, I mean,
Oh,
with that theme, right, of intelligence. How do they have to, or how do they tell me that there's some intelligence in those pictures? Okay.
well, I think, I'm going to base on the multiple intelligences theory.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. So in the first one, there is a lady who is playing an instrument and she's playing a violin. I think that, uh, well, in order that you develop this ability, you have to practice a lot and you have to learn how to play well the instrument and you have to learn how to read the like the music notes and well play an instrument is an art, I think. So of course that you need to be intelligent or to be smart in order to get the mm, how can I say that, in order to get the feeling to do that, because not not all the human beings can play an instrument,
Right,
I
right.
think. Okay, yeah, not all the human beings have the gift to play the
Okay.
instrument.
The gift
Okay,
or the
even
skill.
exactly, the gift or the skill.
Mhm.
Well, then in the other pictures, in both pictures we have animals, but in the picture that is on the corner is it's like a girl, but she's working with animals. I don't know so much about dolphins, but I heard that they are so smart as humans beings. And in regards of the other picture, the girls, I mean the girl as well has or needs to have the ability, the skills or ability to work with animals or to be in charge
Right.
of these kind of animals,
Uh-huh.
because not everybody is able to do it. For example, I won't be able to work with
Yeah, me either.
animals. And in the last picture, there are a lot of students doing a test. Of course, that they need to be taught about something that they need to apply in this test. Maybe it's a car test.
Maybe it's like maybe that, yeah, that's how you guys are gonna be pretty soon, like these people.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's a car test.
It
So
is,
you
yeah.
need to, yeah. So you need to be focused and you need to apply your skills in order to do that, because if you get distracted or something happens, maybe you can be or you cannot get the correct answers that you are expected to obtain, I think. But to be honest, with dolphins, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good for us to know a little bit of everything, right? Remember that if you don't know exactly the facts,
Yes.
you can even make up things, right? So you can say, well, I know that dolphins communicate with each other, so we can see that they are intelligent because they can communicate in a different way or whatever. Okay, so we just need
Okay.
to try to maybe, even though we don't know exactly the facts, we can just make up some things, you know.
Okay.
They won't check that your to see if you're right
Knowledge.
or not. Yeah, your knowledge regarding knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, what about number two? Says, do you think people are born intelligent, or can most of us study and become intelligent?
This is a controversial question.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes, I do. I think that people born intelligent. Of course, you can improve your intelligence if you study and if you are interested in something specifically, you can improve your intelligence. For example, if you like math, you have the ability for the math, but you can improve that if you practice math every day, as well as with the English. Some people says like, well, I don't have the ability. Yes, maybe that's true, but you are intelligent to be able to develop this ability. So I
Right,
think
right.
that, yeah, I think that people are born intelligent, definitely.
Okay, very good answer. Yep. Yeah, regarding that, I don't know if you knew, but for example, well, you know, Messi and Ronaldo, those two soccer players.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
For example, Messi, he was born that way. I mean, he has the ability, you know. So,
Uh-huh.
but Ronaldo, he needs to practice a lot to be like in Messi's level. You know? So
I
so that's what he, you know, that's a like a very good example of what you were saying. You know, we can maybe
mm-hmm.
be, for somebody or for some people, can be harder to do something, but of course if we are learning and reviewing things, of course we can go, maybe we can be as the same as the best people, right? The best in whatever,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes, that's true.
okay, number three says, which animals do you think are the most intelligent and why?
Well, I don't know a lot of information about animals, but I think that dolphins are one of the most intelligent because they have like a special way to communicate between them.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Are the most intelligent because they have an excellent memory and they can remember for years a lot of things, even though they are animals. So I think that maybe the dolphins and the elephants are the most intelligent
Uh-huh.
in regards of animals.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay. Just for you to know, also there's this ape, but I forgot the name of it. Is
Which one?
there's a monkey, but I forgot the name of the monkey. There's like,
Ah, here. I don't know. I don't know what type of monkey
yeah, but
that.
there's a type of monkey that is just like a human being, just, you know, something that it's
Ah, yes.
like a 3-year old person, something like that.
Ah,
So
yes. Gorilla.
chimpanzee,
Ah,
is it the chimpanzee or something? I don't know. One of those.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But again, it's good for us to know a little bit of everything, because we don't know which question they're going to ask us in the
Oh,
test, right?
yeah.
So it's very important for us to know all these
And what
details.
happened? Okay, for example, this one, which animals do you think are the most intelligent and why? Well, it's my opinion at the end.
Right,
So
right.
if I said that, for example, for me, dogs are the
Yeah,
most intelligent because they are like the best friend of the
yeah.
of
The
the
best.
yeah, of
Yeah.
the human. They are going not to penalize me for my opinion,
No, no,
right?
no. Again, it's just good for you to. I mean, again, it's good for us to know a little bit about everything. But if we don't know exactly the details of something, just make it up, right? And of course, at the end, what they really want is for you to talk in in you know, as the right grammar way. You know, like if you, for example, if they ask you with a yes no question, for you to ask yes or no. If they ask you with the present perfect, for you to answer it in the present perfect, right? And Are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Here. Yeah. Okay, so as I was telling you, yeah, we don't need to worry about the knowledge that we have, right? What they really want
Mm-hmm.
to know is if you can answer in what they really want for you to answer regarding the grammar, right? If they ask you with the verb enjoy, well, you need to just answer with a gerund, right? Yes, I enjoy going, I enjoy reading, right? Or with the verb
Mm-hmm.
like, or if they ask you with the present perfect, you need to answer with the present perfect. And so that's what they are
Yes.
just what they that's what they really are looking for, not
Okay.
the content of your
And what about
information.
if you say, like, for example, because this is something very difficult to handle, um, for example, that you say, well, or like this kind of muletillas, what
Yes,
happens?
yes.
Do they penalize you?
Well, they might penalize you if you say a lot of that, like well. So if
Ah,
you
okay.
keep repeating a lot of that, maybe they will penalize you a little bit because of that. But yeah, let's just try to just talk without saying or
Okay, okay.
yeah.
And
But
I was checking I was checking the email that they sent us,
uh-huh.
and this exam is not going to take place in Pauas.
Yeah, that's what we were like checking. Some people are going to St. Clair, some people to SEC, and I think it's because there's more people doing this test now, so that's
Mm,
why they are choosing some other
places
schools
or
or high
schools,
schools. Yeah.
yes. Well, for me, St. Clair is very near from my house.
Oh, that's good. That's
because,
good.
yes, because this is Entre Rios,
Right,
and
right.
I lived in Villas, so
Oh, yeah.
it's very close. But I was thinking that if I am going to do this with somebody that I don't know, of course I know the speaking part, but at the end the objective was that everybody does the test on December 7th. But while we know what happened with all the stuff with map and everything, but for example, Roberto and Maribel, that were my classmates in the
Uh-huh.
course of on Saturdays,
Uh-huh.
they're going to do it. But how do I know where do they have to do it? Or just just asking them.
Yeah,
I can
you
know.
can ask them, but I think that we have that information. Uh, maybe I can search for you to see if they're gonna do it.
Yes,
I think that
because
most of the our students are gonna do it in St. Clair. Oh, yes, I am confirming that everybody is doing it in St. Clair.
that's great. So I'm going to be with Maribel and Roberto. I
Yes,
hope
yes.
that.
So, well, yeah, let's hope it to see. But remember, even though we don't know very well the person, they
Yeah, yeah.
it's just like in the interaction part that you really need
Yes.
to try to talk with the person, but they will evaluate you individually, right? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
like I was telling you that somebody was telling me that. Well, I remember when I did this test, and the person beside me, that person was so nervous that he stopped talking. He didn't talk at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, well,
And what
if that
happened?
happens,
Yes. And what happened, because I'm worried about that. What happens if, for example, we are discussing I don't remember exactly the part, but the part that you have to express your opinion
uh-huh,
and debate a little bit.
right.
What happens if the person don't allow or doesn't allow you to talk in can you say, like, stop talking, let me
Yes,
let me
yeah.
talk?
Of course, if you that person just keeps on talking and you try to talk and that person doesn't let you, yes, you can say, "Hey, can you please let me talk for a moment?" And then just
Ah, okay.
continue talking. Yeah, because it's Very important
Yeah,
for you
because
to to be able to do.
so the person or the teacher is not going to be able to evaluate me, and at the end I'm going to be penalized.
Right, right. No, no,
Okay,
it's
okay.
that's yeah. You can tell them, right. Well, please, can you let me talk? And it's kind of interesting because I'm gonna send you an example of those tests, and you see that even though if it's a C1 test, the people that are doing those tests are not like very fluent. So I think that you guys are gonna be doing it very, very good
Are you sure?
because they are used to do it with the students. You know, remember this at the beginning. This test was only for students, right? And
Mm-hmm.
my students, I've been doing this for more than 3 years, and I've been helping those students to do this test. Or they're kids from 10th grade, so
Ah,
so
okay.
most of the people that mean that or the more most of the people that they get is just students from 10th grade. So I think that
Mm,
teachers are not gonna have a lot of problems, with this speaking part. I don't think that they were going to penalize you a lot, or but but again,
I
yeah, it's very important for us to
hopefully.
know. Yes. So I don't think that we should worry a lot about that. Of course, we need to know the method that they're going to be doing, all the parts of the speaking test. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be okay. I don't think we're
Okay.
going to have some problems regarding that.
Okay.
Okay, let's just practice. And we can leave this. Well, yeah, let's just practice this part. I want for you to read this article that says research methods in psychology, and I'm going to give you 3 minutes for you to read it, and then we're just gonna answer some questions related to the article, and we're gonna just grab some vocabulary from the article that I think is very important for us to be able to connect it with these ideas. Remember, some of this vocabulary we will definitely see it in this reading test. So that's why it's very important for us to grab those vocabulary words. So let's do that
Mm-hmm.
first. I'm going to give you. Do you have the book with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so just read this part. Research methods in psychology, and I will give you 3 minutes. If you finish before those 3 minutes, just let me know, okay? But
Okay.
I'm just going to time you. And remember, okay, I was checking the test, and it has 8 parts, right? The reading and use of English in total has 8 parts. You have 10 minutes for each part, at least, okay?
10
So,
minutes.
yes, for each part. Okay, so some parts you might even be able to do it in less than 10 minutes, so that can help you for the more difficult parts. What I
Mm-hmm.
recommend is for you to maybe to leave at the end part 4. Remember, part 4 is this part where there are some sentences and there's like a
Oh,
word,
yes.
and you need to
This
just
is
cross
very
out.
difficult.
That's very
Mm-hmm.
difficult. So please let
Yes.
that at the end, because sometimes if you do that first, or maybe you might lose a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
with the other parts. So what
Mm-hmm.
I recommend is for you to do that part at the end. And remember that
Okay.
even Cambridge recommends that if you're not going to get the answer in 2 minutes, just go to the next one, right? So that's even a Cambridge advice. So
Okay.
like telling us, okay, don't worry a lot about that. If you don't get the first answer, go ahead with the second one. If not, then go to the next part. Okay.
Okay.
So
And just one question. I was reading as well in like in the attachment that then they send that of course you are not able or allowed to have your cell phone.
uh,
And well, nowadays that is very common to see people with the smart watches. They are not allowed as well.
right, right.
But if I use like a normal watch, it is okay or not, because it's in order like to be able like to count that I have 10 minutes for each part. It is okay to use a watch, or they do not allow me to use it. I
I
don't I don't have a smart watches.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry.
I think that even though if you don't have a smart watch, probably they won't be. I mean, you won't be able to use it.
Oh,
But
really?
I think,
Why
but
not?
I think that's a very good question that we should ask. To be honest with you, I don't remember when I did the test. I don't remember what happened to that, but maybe we can ask to see if we can try to find that information, right? But
Yeah, because for me, for example, this is like one way that I can control the time,
right, right,
because
you're right,
I I I'm very I take a lot of time in the reading part.
right,
And if I don't have like the control of the time, or the time control, sorry, I can spend a lot of time
without
without
knowing.
yes, without knowing
Yeah,
that the time is going.
yeah,
Yeah, even
yeah,
with a watch that won't be smart, it doesn't matter. The thing is just to have the control.
yeah. I need to ask because maybe what they do is they might have like a digital watch there for you everybody to see.
Ah, okay, bueno,
But
if
that's me. I don't know. I mean that's what I think because I mean no, without having anything, then it can be a little bit difficult to for the person to calculate, right? But
yes, that's why. Well, if they have like a digital clock, or normal clock, it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
even a normal clock, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I
Yes,
will,
yes,
I will,
yes,
I will ask Yvette Selenius to see what because that's a very good question.
yes. Like in the churches, for example, in the church that I assist, in the back part of the building, there is a clock.
Uh-huh.
So yes, there is a normal clock.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you don't have cell phone, or if you don't have a smartwatch, or if you don't have a watch, you need to know the time. You just watch the clock, and that's it.
right, right.
Yeah. And you don't have form to copy to anybody, just to watch in the clock. So it would be
Exactly.
a good question.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good question, definitely. Okay,
Okay.
let's do this reading part, and again, three
Mm-hmm.
minutes, and then we're
Mm-hmm.
going to discuss some information. Okay, so we can
Okay.
start. Let me see, we can start right now.
Okay. I finished. I cannot hear. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was me.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Well, I was saying that's very good. You did it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the first part says, to what extent do you think animals can communicate with humans?
Well, I was reading about this, and I now understand how how dogs and animals that people go like in a contest can communicate with them. And it's because the animal get like the animal understands your movements, but just your movements. They can do it just with you. So I think that's in that way, because the animal, it is, how do you say, acostumbrado?
Used to.
Used to, yes,
Mhm.
because the animal is used to be with you, and the animal knows you, so that's why they can react um, to anything that you say to the animal, or that you express to this animal.
Right.
I think that
Yes. Very good. And question number two says, do you think that people these days are less likely to believe stories like the one about hands? Why or why not?
well, I don't think so, because nowadays for example, with these TV shows or these TV contests like the Americans Got Talent and or Latin American Got Talent and these people demonstrate that animals can do that. But now I understand that as according to this information, and it says the fact that like a scientific observation, it's because the animals are used to live with you. So probably, for example, I go to this TV show and I try to do this with the dog that is participating with another guy. Of course the dog is not going to do what I'm saying.
Right.
It's just going to do what his owner is saying. So I think that, yeah, people believe in these kind of stories because they watch this on television. And let's say that this is true, what did happen with this horse. And I remembered about a TV show that was called Mr. Ed.
Yes.
And I said, well,
Yes.
maybe that happened with Mr. Ed, even though it was a TV show. Okay,
Uh,
but I think, yes, I think that people in these days are in, or believe in these kind of stories.
right, right.
Hmm.
Yes, yeah, very good answer. Yeah, I mean, these type of articles help us a little bit to talk about these these questions that we might find right in the test. So this is kind of
Yes,
good information. Maybe if they ask you something about animals, now you will remember this article, right? And
yes,
be able to
yes.
help you a lot.
Or actually, well, I remember it as well. I don't know if you have watched a TV show, but I don't know if they still um, do this TV show that I didn't. That is in a channel that is called Home and Health, and the program is called I Didn't Know That I Was Pregnant. Have you heard about this
Yes, yeah,
program
I
or
heard
not?
it. Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, at the beginning, I believe it in that, but I remember that one time I was watching TV and my father came in the bedroom and he started watching the TV program with me and my sister. And he said, like, this is unbelievable. How a woman cannot know or doesn't know that she's pregnant. And I was like, well, maybe that's true. So at the end, I think that this is 50-50. So maybe this can happen as well with the animals.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest with you, I also see a little bit difficult that somebody doesn't know to they're pregnant or not.
Yes.
But you're right. You're right. It might be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very quick. We can maybe do this part together to see if we can try to maybe
The
understand the meaning.
vocabulary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this vocabulary depending also on the context of this article. So, for example, says
Okay.
the article contains many words and phrases connected to research and reporting on results. Find these words in the article and then match them to their definitions. So, for example, number one that says using a fixed and organized plan, which word will you match it? Using this meaning or this
Well,
information.
I think that maybe it could be procedure or systematic,
That's
I
the one.
think.
That is the one. Systematic. Okay,
Okay.
very good. Systematic. Then number two, examine a problem carefully.
Okay. Observe or
Cl-
investigate.
Investigate. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Investigate. What about watch carefully?
Observed.
Observe.
Okay.
Then number five. I'm sorry. Number
Number four.
four.
Uh-huh.
Include something in a process.
Procedure.
Another one.
Mm, involve.
Involve. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Then we have effect of people or things.
Effect. Influence.
Influence. Very good.
Mhm.
Number 6, discover or get proof of something.
Mm. Discover or get proof of something. Illustrate.
Another one?
Uh, establish.
Yes, establish.
Okay.
Then number
This
7.
was
Yes.
confusing.
Yeah, that was
This one,
confusing. Yes.
yes.
You're right. You're right. But it's very important because sometimes we see a word, but we don't know the other meaning that might have. In this
Mm-hmm.
case, it's very, very important for us to know that. Number 7, right? A set of actions, the standard way of doing things.
Procedure.
Procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, spend time thinking about a possibility.
Spend time thinking about a possibility. Consider.
Yes, consider.
Okay.
And number 9, show something more clearly.
Illustrate.
And the last
Mm-hmm.
one that we have, notice the difference between two things, distinguish.
Distinguish.
So
Okay.
it's very important for us to know, the meaning of these words that we might find in different articles of this test. And this,
Mm-hmm.
of course, is going to help us a lot. And very
Mm-hmm.
quick, let's go to this part since we're in the vocabulary part. It
Uh-huh.
says here are the examples of informal language, 1 to 8. So from 1 to 8, all this is informal language. And written in a more formal way in the article. Match the informal words to formal versions from A to H. Look back at the article to help you. You can even look at the article if you want. So,
Okay.
for example, just. What would be
Okay, I
like
have
the,
to match like the
match
1 to 8 from A to H,
from A
right?
to H? Yeah, and remember that from 1 to 8 is informal. And this is very important, Ilani, because remember that in the essay, we need to write in a
Oh
formal
yeah.
way. So this formal vocabulary can help us a lot in our essay, right? So for
Okay.
example, what about just will be?
Just simply?
Yes,
Oh,
simply.
okay.
Okay, lots.
Lots, lots. This is like a lot of,
Uh,
like
i-
a, or not, or
in this
like
case,
lots,
no.
or like, okay, lots. Great deal.
Did you say which? Did you say this one? A great deal?
Yeah,
Yeah, that,
but
that is
I
the
don't,
one. That's the
really?
one. Yeah.
So that's the meaning of lots, a great deal.
Yes. Remember in this context, right? Because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we can say lots of, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But in this case, lots means a great deal. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then in number 3, wrong,
Erroneous.
erroneous. Very good.
Mhm.
What about so? Number 4.
As a consequence.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
What about number 5? Try.
Attempt.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 6, get rid of.
Or I don't know what is read.
Well, in
Get
this case,
rid
get rid
of.
of is when you say I'm going to get rid of uh, this.
Eliminate.
Yes, correct. That's
Okay.
the word. That is the word. Then number 7, show.
Show. Observe. No. Demonstrate or
Uh-huh.
illustrate. Uh-huh.
Correct. Demonstrate or illustrate. And
Uh-huh.
the last one, yeah, look at would be
Observe.
observe.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. So it's very, very important for us to start using these words, right? Like
Yes.
instead of saying show, right? We can say, yeah, I'm going to demonstrate, or this thing, this city that demonstrates, whatever. So we can start using those vocabulary, those
I'm going
type of
I'm going
vocabulary.
to write down this vocabulary like in a little paper,
Right. Yeah.
because I have noticed that if I write down, I learn the things.
Right.
I don't need to read them. I need to write them.
Right. Right.
Yes.
So yeah, these is very, very important for us to know that.
I have a question. What is it
Uh-huh.
in the paragraph before, in the one, two, three paragraph? There is a word that it says a slight bending forward by the questioner with starting hands, blah blah blah. What is the meaning of bending?
Well, I don't see it here. I know that bend is like when you like for example, bend your knees, right? Is when you kneel, when you're bending your knees. But I need
Mm,
to see it in the context or the word.
yes, it's in the second paragraph of these. It's in the other page.
Oh, this one?
Uh-huh. It's go down, go down. I
Oh,
lost
this
it.
one, bending.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, a slight bending is like going forward a little bit, like bowing.
Mm,
When you bow, like bending, right? Like
okay,
going. Yeah. So it's like
okay,
a slide. That means that it's a little, like a little bending, like forward
okay, okay.
to the front, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking maybe about the horse, right? When he just like
Yes.
bending a little bit. You know, horses they
Okay.
do that. They bend a little bit, right?
Yes. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Very quick. I would like for us to do this page. We are practicing right now directly for the test. We're just doing the one of the part one of the reading and use of English test. Remember, they always
Mm-hmm.
give you a paragraph and they give you these options: A, B, C, or D. Okay. So let's do this
Yeah.
part right now, and then after that, I'm just going to explain to you a little bit of complex sentences and adverbial clauses, and just explain to you this very quick without practicing it, because we can do this practice at home. And I'm going to also send you the audios for this listening part,
Mm-hmm.
and we can just do this grammar part here, and that will be it. Okay. So but first of all, let's do this part. The octopus who predicted a World Cup final. Maybe you remember that octopus.
No, I don't
You don't
remember
remember
that.
that?
No.
Yeah, it
What
was
what
it was
ha-
for this World Cup that they had this octopus with the different flags, and the octopus predicted, who was going to the finals. It was kind of weird.
really?
Yeah, it was kind of
In what
famous.
in what World Cup happened that?
I forgot now. I think was it in Germany, or I think it was the one in
Ah,
Germany,
yeah, but Germany was in 2006, right?
2006. Maybe you are very too
Ah,
young, right?
yes. Well, I remember Germany in 2006, but
Yeah,
I don't remember anything about this octopus. I was in high school, imagine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I am the one that is too old. Yeah.
no. But
So,
in the previous World Cup in 2014,
uh-huh.
it was like a parrot. Did you remember?
Yeah, yeah. They keep
Yeah.
on doing it, but I think the parrot didn't do well.
Yes. No, he didn't do it very well.
Yeah.
Oh, but okay,
But I mean,
okay.
but this
Now I understand.
octopus was very, very weird. I mean, he was just, he really
And
predict
it was a
everything.
real octopus.
Yeah, he was a real octopus and everything. Yeah, and he predicted like all the finals. So what they were doing, people that was betting, they were just betting directly to what the octopus was saying. So
Really? Oh, I don't remember. Well,
yeah,
but that's interesting.
yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a weird world. Just
Yes.
putting all their money in what an octopus was saying. but
Yeah,
but
and
it
who
worked.
put, well, maybe it was a business because someone, it was the owner of this octopus, so
Right, right.
maybe.
Maybe they were just like putting some food or on the boxes or something, and then he was just choosing Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know, man.
Well, okay.
So yeah, let's do this part. I can give you a little bit of time to
Uh-huh.
do it, and we will check the answers right away. Okay? So let's
Okay.
do that part, and very quick. I'm just going to uh, explain to you complex sentences, and that's it then, because I know that you guys are, well, that you are very tired probably today, but let's do
Ah,
this part right now.
and we are at the end of the year, so
I know, yeah, me, yeah.
yeah.
Tell me about
To,
it. Tell me about it.
yes.
I
I
travel
always.
every single weekend to Guanacaste, and
Oh yeah,
it's
it's very hard.
yeah.
I always say that when we're like in the finals, you have like a lot like a hospital line in your classroom.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
today, yes, and today I felt like in Seguro Social because I said like next, next,
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm
So
going to focus on that.
okay, yeah. Let's do this part then.
Okay.